Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Female Deku is a Gang Leader, Part 5. If you guys haven't checked my community tab, uh, try to frequently it as much as you can. Because updates on series will be updated on there. I already mentioned, a couple series that I'm going to wait until next week to do. Like, majority of my Ruby What Ifs are be on hold until next Wednesday. So I could get watch some more content from Ruby, so I could continue on the story. What how I'm gonna go about it. And after I release the next part of my Dark Hero Deku, this like week coming up, either probably on hopefully either Tuesday or Monday. I'm not totally sure on that, but once I release the new part, I'll start working on my Vampire Deku. The next part for that. And also, I'll be playing. I'm kind of in the mood to play some games. So after this, I'm gonna stream God Eater. No, I forget what number it was because they've had a few of them installments on the PlayStation. So it's the most recent installment of God Eater. One of my favorites. So I like it. So I'll be playing that after this. So that's pretty much about it. I have to discuss. The announcements and all that fun stuff. Before I forget, I was like thinking on what type of like special tax I should give her. So I did a little bit of research, and it's I heard it in school too, so it makes sense. So I'm going to add it into the story. Izumi can channel her fire quirk to a point where it turns into kind of like a flame beam, a silver-like energy by compressing her fire into one point. She could shoot at her hands, her fingertips, stuff like that. And I'm gonna go into a little bit of her abilities when it comes to her telekinesis. She could crush bones, target organs, produce give me a second here. I don't know if she's. I want to give her this. I'm just not sure if she could do it with her type of telekinesis. I'm giving it to her, so might as well. She's able to produce. I had in my head how I had it like how they phrase it. She's able to create psychic. Basically like a psychic shield. Basically, what it is. She could channel her psychic energy with her telekinesis quirk. Create like shields. Oh, I know telekinesis doesn't like the type of telekinesis she has. You know, she's not able to do that if you look at it logically. But in this, what if let's say she can? It's just a part of her telekinesis. It has a defense to it. I know telekinesis is a side branch of a being a psychic. Someone like Jean Grey around there from X Men. So I'm just giving him that ability, just her that ability because I want to. And I think I'm gonna call her energy charge thing. What she does to her, she changed her fire into energy to like an energy blast. I think I'm gonna call it like supernova or something like that. Let's get on to our story as Izumi steps out of the portal with Kirigiri and Dabi. As she looks around, as she sees a musky, bar. Tables have been, pretty clean. Kirigiri always kept the bar nice. As he sees, he sees someone around Izumi's age as he's killing several of his people, as he's screaming, "You are worthless. I don't need any of you." Shigaraki about to kill one of more of the villains, as it's a younger female villain. Kirigiri, don't tell me that's the one in charge. As he's like, yes, Miss Empress. As Shigaraki's about to touch the villain, decaying her, as Shigaraki screams out in pain as Izumi broke his arm, using this telekinesis. As Shigaraki screams, "Who did that? You got a death wish?" As Shigaraki's looking around. "Was it you? Frankenstein reject?" As he gets into Dobby's face, holding his. As he's still holding his arm from the sheer pain. "I suggest you step back, crusty lips, or do you want to be burned to death?" As Dobby's firing his quirk up. "Young master, calm down. These are the ones we talked about." As Shigaraki looks around. "I don't care. They die." As he was about to go and decay Dobby. As Izumi breaks his other arm. As Kirigiri noticed the monitor's on, All For One is watching this. "Sir." As Kirigiri is talking to All For One as Izumi's walking towards Shigaraki. "Sir, should we stop this, master?" "No. I want to see what she does." "She'll kill him, sir." "Of course she'll kill him." "If he dies, that means he's not worthy." "It doesn't matter. It doesn't interrupt my plans if he lives or dies. On the contrary, it benefits my plans a lot more if she took his place." Unlike the boy, she has leadership experience. And she's pretty leveled. After all, I did take her mother, so let's see what she does. As Shigaraki looks at Izumi, as he's like, "It was you who did this. I'm gonna kill you once I get my arms fixed." As Izumi looks at him, "You're one disrespectful little shit, are you?" As she kicks Shigaraki in the back, side of the face. As he goes flying into the bar counter. As she lifts him up with her telekinesis and throws him against the wall. As she has him stuck pinned between the wall. As Izumi's crushing him slowly with her telekinesis, as Shigaraki screams out in pain, as he's saying the same phrase over and over again. "I can't die here. I have to kill All Might." As that piqued her interest. "What is he talking about?" As Kirigiri, one of our goals is to take out All Might, of course. Interesting. Unfortunately for you, you sibling little piece of trash, you're not adequate to take such a role. You're clearly not meant to rule. As she stares up in a ceiling, as she puts her hand on her left side, as she has a bright smile, and she's like, "You honestly think?" As she looks towards Shigaraki again with a serious look, "You honestly think I would follow someone of your caliber? That's insulting." As he crushes him more. things are gonna change around here. As she squeezes him more. If I'm have to be playing the role as a villain, I'll be doing my things my way. All for one. As she looks over to, she doesn't know his name yet. As Shigaraki screams, Master. As All for One has a bright smile. As Master's name's All for One, Miss Empress. All for One, huh? Like I said, All for One. He's not fit to rule. You don't keep rabid dogs. You put them down. As she points her finger at Shigaraki, as Shigaraki's crying, asking to help, as Yuzumi, starts laughing. Oh, that's so adorable. You're crying. As she charges her blast. Disgusting. As she fires the beam, piercing Shigaraki's forehead, it went strictly through his brain. As he falls off the wall, as you see a clear circular shape burn mark on the wall of the bar, not breaking through it. She didn't want to destroy the bar. She just wanted to pierce his head. Now, that's out of the way. I know you're probably not going to trust me. And as long as you keep my mother safe, I won't kill you all. As long as she's treated well and I'm able to see her. If you allow me visitation rights with my mother, I'll kill All for One for you. You're not giving me much of a choice, so it's in my best interest to keep you happy. Boss. As she kneels, as she crunches her fist, as All for One smiles. Very good, Empress. As Empress, I'm not surprised you're not pissed. I did kill your little star pupil. As All for One, his death doesn't change anything. It doesn't interrupt with my plans. I think you're best suited for this role, actually. And for your demand to visit your mother, that can be arranged. But if you try anything funny, she will die. A very painful death. Why I make you watch? Do I make myself clear, Empress? As Izumi looks at All for One, crystal, sir. Good. Shigaraki. Gary. Take her to her mother and clean that mess up. Give the body to the doctor. Even in death, he could be some use. As they pull the corpse of Shigaraki. As Izumi sees the doctor walk in, as he has staff people, as they're dragging the corpse of Shigaraki, as there's a trail of blood. As the doctor's such a pity. I had high hopes for that boy. As he walks off disappointed in Shigaraki, as they begin, doing what they do with dead bodies, they're going to extract his quirk, of course, and discard what's left. Keep a low profile, Empress, until I contact you further. Yes, Master. As very good. That is all. As the monitor shuts off. Follow me, Miss Empress. As he opens the portal, as the portal closes, as the portal opens up where Inko is, as she's freaked out. As she sees the same person that took her, as see her daughter, that she recognized her right away. As she rushes over there, hugs Izumi. Kirigiri, give me 20 minutes, 20 minutes with my mother alone, please. Don't worry, I'm not going to try anything. I know what role I'm supposed to play. As Kirigiri opens the portal, as he disappears, as Izumi, are you alright, mother? He didn't hurt you, did he? I'm fine. What's going on? Sit down, Mom. I'll explain everything. As she sits down and explains what she's been up to. I know, Mom, I'm not, probably not your proudest child. Considering I'm your only child, I know you see me as a disappointment. Considering the way I took, what road I took. But as long as the villains have you, I have no choice but to obey them. If I don't, they'll kill you. I never meant to drag you into this, mother. Not at all. Again, I'm sorry for not contacting you earlier. Sorry for not calling. As Inko just goes there and hugs her daughter, and she's like, I never see you as a disappointment, sweetheart. And don't think I forgot about that whole Empress title you've been having around recently. Pro Hero Mirko has told me quite a bit of your two interactions. And don't think I don't know what it's like to be in your position. Excuse me, what do you mean? I mean, when I was younger, I did, run my little own, street gang. And I rebelled against my parents. Adopted parents, nonetheless, but I had my rebellious phase. I did that for a little bit. But, um, but my parents found out and they put a stop to it eventually. Listen, my little firefly. As she grabs Izumi's face, well, she has her hands both on her cheeks. Listen, I know there's good. I know there's still good in you. You still have a spark of light in you. I know I haven't, been the most attentive mother. We've had our issues. And instead of getting down to the problem, I just send you off to a psychiatrist because it was I had work and you were interrupting it. Do whatever you have to do to survive, sweetheart. Your mother will always have your back, no matter what road you you travel. If it's a road of being one of those heroes, or something different, or going the road down the villain path. My love for you will never change, no matter what you do, sweetheart. But remember, be true to yourself always. Shit, Mom, you got me all emotional now. As she knows she has tears are foaming around her eye as Kirigiri opens the portal behind them. As Kirigiri's, it's time, Empress. As she has her mother hands in her hands. Don't worry, Mom. I'll be back. This won't be the last time we'll have our little meetings. Kirigiri, make sure her stay is comfortable. Understood? As Kirigiri's like, yes, Empress. If she's harmed in any way, you're dead. Of course. As they open the portal, well, they go through the portal. As they go back to the bar. As Izumi grabs Dobby by the arm, and she whispers up in his ear, "Get in touch with Toga and move everything to our secondary base. Too many eyes know where I am located there." As Dobby nods, as soon as the heroes realize that I'm working with the League of Villains or part of the League of Villains, they'll attack. And when they appear, I want our people gone. Understood? Yes, Dobby. Yes, Empress. As he goes off, as Izumi gets a phone call, as it's an unknown number, as she goes into as she's outside of the bar, as hello, as she hears someone on the other end. "Hello, Miss Empress." As Izumi, "Who is this? And how did you get my number?" "Oh, I had to pull in a lot of favors, unfortunately, to get in contact with you. But we have a, give me a second here. I forget what was it saying. We have a common associate, All Might." As Izumi's like, "Continue." "All Might has the formulas of your little, your conditions. I want to be sure that you intend to keep your part, your plan to keep your part of the bargain." As Izumi, "Don't worry. All Might's identity and his condition will be kept secret. I will not tell anyone." "Very well, Miss Empress. Then I will allow you to observe the entrance exams and the recommendations. But before I allow that, I want to meet you in person. And considering your reputation, Miss Empress, I prefer you come and visit me at UA. No disrespect, your reputation tends to be quite violent." As Izumi's like, "Very well, I will agree upon that. I have no interest in causing anyone harm. I simply want to watch. I simply want to watch a certain student do her entrance exam. That is all." And who is this student? "Mirko's daughter, Yuna. After all, it's only natural for a big sister to keep tabs on her little sis. Even though she doesn't know I exist, and I tend to keep it that way, Nezu. So keep that little secret between us and Mirko." "Very well. That's agreed upon. So when are we meeting, Nezu?" Uh, as he's like, "What? Yeah, I know who you are, Nezu. I keep tabs of interesting people that keep pique my interest, and you of all things have piqued my interest. To come across a chimera of your stature, I gotta say, I'm quite impressed that you worked your way up to the school of UA of all things. You have my respect for that, Nezu. So when are we meeting? I'm actually looking forward to meeting you face to face." As Nezu's like, "In 2 weeks, I will have a I'll have a car pick you up at this location, as it's a coffee shop. Yeah, a coffee shop." "Very well, Nezu. I'll be waiting there for you. You have a good day, Miss Empress." As Nezu hangs the phone, as he blows a air of relief, as he's just thinking that could have been a whole lot worse than I originally thought. Luckily, the girl is reasonable. I know you're there, Gary. You're a stealthy one. Don't worry, Kiri. I have no intention of keeping that from you guys. If I must play the role as the leader here, then I will. This also gives me a good opportunity to see what future heroes, what their quirks going to be, and come up with a strategy if we ever come across them. But Mirko's daughter will not be touched. Do I make myself clear? That's the only one from that school I really care about. You, over there, the one hiding, as she points to Twice, as Twice, greets her. What's your quirk? As he explained it, good. When UA starts, I want you to infiltrate the school, get some information. I'll tell you when to strike. And I also need you to get the scheduling for the class, how they do things in UA. It could be tiresome sometimes, but information is key here. As Carragher's interest is like, as we never told you we were planning to attack the UA students. Of course you're going to attack the UA students. It's the most logical place for All Might Wood to visit occasionally. After all, it is the number one school in Japan, for a reason. And according to my intelligence that I've gathered on UA before I joined the League of Villains, that All Might was going to attend as a teacher this year. So I kind of put two to two together. Quite simple, really. In 2 weeks' time, I will be visiting UA for a one-on-one meeting with Nezu, the principal of the school. And most likely with All Might and probably a few other heroes. If Nezu's smart, that's what I would do in his situation. So I'll see what I can find. Their exits, get the feel of the place, while Nezu's most likely going to give me a tour, because that's the polite thing to do in this situation. So I will inform you of the layout when I get back. As Izumi sits down on the bench at the bar, as she taps her fingers, getting Kirigiri's attention. Kirigiri, I would like a sundae now, please. As Kirigiri bows, yes, mistress. As he goes off, brings a sundae, as she's just eating it, as she's just enjoying, her little treat. Oh, I haven't had one of these in ages. They're so tasty. So, Kirigiri, does this place have rooms? Considering I'll be staying here for a while. As yes, yes, Empress. Please follow me. As she finished her sundae, as one of the lesser villains cleans up, as Kirigiri shows her around, as she sees her room, and she's like, "Thank you, Kirigiri. At least I don't have to sleep in a hotel." As she sits on her bed, as she's thinking to herself, and she's like, "All Might is a strong foe, but he's weakened. So killing him, it is possible, but it would be very hard to do. And I still don't know exactly all details on his quirk." Judging what information I do have, it seems like he has a time limit. But that's weird. I've never seen a quirk act this way. As there's too many factors here. I need to look into All Might's history, his past associates, who he knows, who he talks to, who trained him, everything. I need to get that information. There's not a lot of information out there on past heroes before All Might appeared. The symbol of peace. Load of crap, really. There's a problem with having a symbol when it finally breaks. The people who will be broke. And that's probably what that psychotic bastard wants to do. Clearly, there's a grudge between the two. Maybe I could use this in some way to turn it to my advantage. I also need to tread carefully. All for One's not a person you want to upset, considering what he could do, according to all the rumors I've been hearing. And that's not even mentioning the doctor. I get weird vibes from that man. He creeps me out. As we cut to UA, as Nezu had a meeting with the heroes, I gather you all here today. In 2 weeks' time, UA is going to have a special visitor. As All Might, and All Might's the only one that knows. As All Might's like dreading this. In 2 weeks' time, the Bloody Empress will be visiting UA. As all the heroes are shocked at that, as Endeavor, are you mad, Nezu? The door opens, as is Night Eye, as I would have to agree with Endeavor on that part, Nezu. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. You can't take that girl lightly. I mean, the simple fact that she took over half the city underneath my nose in a record time of only 2 weeks. In that 2 weeks' time, the streets ran with blood. She's vicious, cruel, smart, and most likely a genius. Zawa looks at Nezu as he nods. I have to eject. I'd like to put my 2 cents in this. As Razorhead gets up. Yes, given by her behavior in the past, she's been quite known to be brutal. But since she's took over that, ever since she took over that territory, it's been quiet. A couple skirmishes now and then with the Yakuza, but most part, she hasn't interrupted with any hero patrols. Actually, it's became the number one. It became that patrol area has become the safest. I've been keeping an eye on this one for a while now, in the shadows, of course. She's not your typical villain. Not sure you could even consider her a villain at this point. That might change in the future, depending on how events occur. And even if the Empress did attack, it won't be during her visit. That would be pointless for her to do. Judging how she operates. Miss Mirako. Yes, Nezu? When she arrives, I want you to give her, the rundown of UA. Give her a tour. Considering, considering how close your relations are. As all the heroes are looking at Nezu. Very well, Nezu. I could do that. That gives me the chance to inform her of what happened to her mother. As Nezu's like, what do you mean, Mariko? Apparently, apparently don't know when the time frame, but Inko Rosefield was taken. No signs of struggle. No signs of leaving. My only guess that she was taken. I'm not sure who though. I would like to be there too, Mirko, if that's all right with you. Mirko's like, very well, Eraserhead. I have no problem with that. Actually, it was your quirk. It would be highly recommended. Recommended. Ah, I totally messed it up. Recommended. There, recommended. As the meeting goes on for a couple more hours, and they discuss it all, and they ultimately agree to allow Empress to come to UA for the talk and to for the festivities for the entrance exam. Sorry, guys, can't even talk apparently. As they naturally agree because she's not a villain and they can't really charge her for anything, because the Izumi didn't leave any evidence when she does shit because she's not stupid. So as long as she doesn't cause any trouble while she's there, she's all dandy. They don't realize that they just let in the leader of the League of Villains into their little campus. So that's going to be a kick for them. I think we're going to stop it there. Yeah, a good stop place to leave it off. Hope you guys have a good night or day, judging my time zone or wherever you are in the world. Catch you in the next video.